Top 5 matchup, Indiana, Ohio State. We're here at the compound for College Game Day, and we have the expert picker here, Steve. So wanted to go over the picks with you. We've seen tons of line movement in this game, probably as much movement as we've seen on the Ohio State offensive line as of late. But what is your early look? It's now at 10.5. It's gone up to 13.
I look at both offenses. I think they're more than capable of scoring. I love what both quarterbacks bring to the table. The deal with Indiana is, first time being an underdog this year and playing in this environment in the horseshoe. That's why I'm wary of how they're going to react to that. They're off a bye. They have everything they want coming forward. But Rourke's been phenomenal, and I like Indiana's skill guys. I don't know if they can win the game, but I think there's going to be plenty of points scored. So I'll take the over.
Yeah, so this is an interesting game for Indiana. They don't play in these top 5 matchups. Ohio State's, This is their third. I've seen you at both of those.
Yeah.
We tend to be writing the same picks, so hopefully we're on the same page with this one. But Indiana, as you said, they don't have the experience in the big games, but Ohio State, they have the experience on their team as well from several years in the past. They have 12 guys that should have been in the NFL right now. So how do you think experience comes into play, given that Indiana has been favored in all of their games, but only 7 of them they've been a 7-point favorite or more?
Yep. Well, all you need to know about Ohio State is how they reacted at Penn State. You go down 10-0, place is going crazy, and boom, they get the ball and they go right back down the field, take the lead before halftime, have another drive where, there's an unfortunate fumble out of the end zone. So I feel like I know what Ohio State is. It's just how are they going to adapt now to another injury? Seth was so good for them this year, coming from Alabama. How does that affect? They have guys that have played, but not under these circumstances. So I believe their skill guys will take over. I really expect them to run the ball on the perimeter. So I actually expect a big day with Ohio State also.
Indiana has been consistent. We saw Ohio State have a little bit of a wavery game against Nebraska after the bye week, which followed from the Oregon loss. But Indiana had a shaky game against Michigan. They come off of a bye. Do you make any of that where they don't have the consistency as they once did?
I didn't look too much into the Michigan game. They didn't have the ball in the second half. Michigan did a good job of playing keep away, but they were trailing. So, you feel like you're learning something about Indiana because there was so much changeover on the roster every time they play. And now you get to see it with all the shine and the lights on them under these circumstances. Everybody knows about the playoff, what's at stake, to talk about what if Indiana loses, how do they lose? I believe they got the leadership to keep it close. So I expect them to be in the game. Like I said, I just don't think they could score for 60 minutes as Ohio State has demonstrated they can this year.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. The second half against Michigan, Indiana only had 18 yards in total offense. They only had a field goal to close it out, so they closed it up there. But Ohio State's defense has shown up big defensively in the fourth quarter, like stopping at Penn State over and over and over. So they've shown they can do full four-quarter games. Do you make anything of how they finish? This may not be a 4-quarter game.
Could be, yeah.
We'll see, but will it come down to that?
Yeah, I believe it'll be a 1-score game in the fourth quarter, and then we'll see what happens. But
so no
super
side,
pumped.
no side.
I'm not going any side right now. The line change really screwed me up today, with it going from 13.5 down to 10. I think it's back to 11 now. So that somebody feels like they know something there.
Okay, so do you have a winner in this one? My best bet was Indiana under 19.5 points. I get they're averaging about 44. Right. They've never faced a top 20 scoring defense. Ohio State is the top scoring defense. So I'm banking on them having a strong quarter. I looked at their second half. It was at I think 9.5. I thought maybe
second half. You never know what's going to happen.